Slow down. Question number 30. 22. Page number
45.
So actually speaking, you can say you can understand based on this concept discussion. If an electron, any charged particle enters a magnetic field, like a fixed region magnetic field, finite region magnetic field, uh, provided provided if the length of this region is greater than its radius, then we have discussed that it undergoes a deviation of 180. Otherwise, it comes out with some different deviation. Whatever it is, what you have understood is when you proceed with some velocity, even if it enters a magnetic field. So if there is no magnetic field, zero magnetic field, then magnetic field is created. So that means magnetic field has changed from zero value to some different value, then again is coming out to some zero magnetic field region. Still, the velocity, the speed is not changing, only the direction is changing. It's undergoing deviation. Yes, so you can say the particle mass may not change, so velocity also remains same. So you can see kinetic energy remains same. It is one way.
Direction has no.
Yes. So magnetic field, if you even if you change the magnetic field magnitude also, if magnetic field changes 2 times or 4 times also, kinetic energy will not change. From this one way you can understand. Other ways, even from this expression, what is that? R is equal to mv by qb. You can say velocity is equal to qbr by m. But what you can understand from this itself is, as a particle, a proton or electron, whatever it is, for example, if it is a proton, mass and charge will be fixed. If if they're fixed, and provided if it is moving with same speed in a circular path, right? The magnetic field changes as radius and magnetic field are inversely proportional. If it increases, this will decrease by same amount, right? One point. The next point, from this itself, if you take the velocity velocity is equal to qb r by m. If a particle is fixed, it means charge and mass are fixed. If you increase the magnetic field, radius will decreases by same amount, so this product remains constant. So the velocity will remains constant. So
But R will change.
R will changes inversely. If B changes, increases or decreases. So that if you consider the kinetic energy as of mv square, mv, if you take this as a square of this, means q square b square of r square by 2m, as q and m remains same, as b into r remains constant. Is a product b r whole square, you can say. As this is a constant parameter, k2 by k1 is equal to b2r2 by b1 r1 whole square. These are constant always. You can say equal 1. So final kinetic energy equal to initial kinetic energy. This way also you can understand. Okay.
Thank you.
57. So the question is, a beam of photons enters a uniform magnetic field of magnetic field B is equal to 0.3 Tesla with a velocity of v is equal to 4 into 10 power 5 4 into 10 power 5 meters per second in a direction making an angle of 60 degree with the direction of magnetic field. Means if you consider this is magnetic field, a particle enters this uniform magnetic field. Let us say a charged particle is entering like this with a velocity v and undergoes a motion called what is that? Helical motion, spiral motion, or helical motion. Now this is velocity is making an angle theta with the direction of magnetic field. So this is theta. This theta is equal to 60 degree. And it is also mentioned that then the pitch of the helix is what? Pitch. So we know pitch is nothing but the horizontal distance traveled by the particle during one time period. So we know that pitch p is equal to what? B is equal to v here you can have two components of velocity. V parallel component you can call it as v parallel is equal to v cos theta, and here another component called v perpendicular is equal to v sin theta. Actually v parallel will give you horizontal motion, perpendicular give you circular motion. So here to cover the horizontal distance, the velocity which is useful is v parallel. So v parallel during time period, the distance covered during time period is called pitch. Horizontal distance covered during one time period is called pitch. So it is for that the velocity used is parallel component of velocity. So v parallel into t or v cos theta into t. So where time period is given, no velocity is given, but magnetic field is given, right? And what else is given? It is given as a proton beam of protons. Is given that it is a proton beam. That means the moment it is mentioned about the charge, it is electron or proton, you should know what is the charge of proton. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and mass of proton 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. If it is useful, you have to use. Okay, the constant parameters immediately have to recollect that. Now, where t is equal to, as we know, because the time period t is equal to what? qb by m. As v is given, theta is given, t you have to calculate by using this q, b and m. Substitute q is what? Q is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, b is zero point 0.3 and m is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27. And simplifying this, what you will get? And after substituting this here, we will get cos theta is 60. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So v is 4 into 10 to the power 5 by 2 means 2 into 10 to the power 5 into this. And simplifying this, you will get the final value of pitch. So it is so approximately the pitch value. You can calculate this. Say 10 powers is how much? Approximately. Is there any nearby values, or what the drastic difference is given? If very nearby values are given, you have to be very careful. Okay, if that is the case, means you can approximately can cancel out this, and it is 0.3 into 10 to the power 27 minus this you can write it as a 3 into 10 power minus 1, so 10 power minus 20. So 3 into 10 power minus 20 plus 27, how much? 10 to the power 7. 3 into 10 to the power 7 is time period, right? What is this? Is it correct? Magnetic field is how much? 2.3 Tesla only. QB by time period is QB by m or QB by 2 pi m. Is 2 pi m. Time period is nothing but, by definition, time period is nothing but distance traveled by velocity, right? Distance traveled is 2 pi r by velocity. It is 2 pi r is mv by qb into v cancelled, 2 pi m by qb. Oh, 2 pi m by qb, so we have taken wrong way. I have taken, actually speaking, the reciprocal, actually this frequency. So what you can say it is, yeah, it is a 2 pi, if you consider 2 pi m by qb. So reciprocal of it. So actually this is frequency, not time period. So as a frequency, because frequency is this, then you can say a time period. uh, so 2 pi also will come here. 2 pi also will come here. Then time period is equal to 1 by frequency. It is equal to 2 pi by 3 into 10 to the power minus 7. So 2 pi can be expressed as what? 2 into 3.14 by 3 into 10 to the power minus 7. Let us keep it here. Anything you will get cancelled, you can cancel out. So then if you substitute here, v is how much? V is, well, 4. So 4 so directly you can, okay, so let's substitute v is 4 into 10 to the power 5 into cos 60 into t is 2 into 3.14 or 6.28 itself, you can take it by 3 into 10 to the power minus 7. So cos 60 is 1 by 2. This is 1 by 2. 2 times gets cancelled. So then finally here, let us try to take it here. This implies pitch P is equal to 2 into 2 into 3.14 by 3. Can we cancel this also? 3 ones 0 3 fours 12, 20 3 6 is 18. Okay, so this is 2 into 4 into this, so approximately you can take it as 2 point 2 into 2 4, 2 into 2 4, so 4 point something, so 1.05 let us say into 4, so it is 4 5 20, 0 to 2 4.2, approximately 4.2 or less than, little less than 4.2, so it is 4.2 or 4.2 into 10 to the power minus is 5 minus 7 is minus 2, so it is 0.04, so it is 0.042 what meters. So let us check the answer. 0.04, that this last decimal will changes because we have taken approximate values. 0.042 we have got, but it is actually a value is given as 0.047, so it is approximate value. It is approximate value, so pitch P is approximately equal to 0.047 actually speaking meters, right? This is how we calculate this. A magnetic field of 4 into 10 power minus 3 k cap Tesla exerts a force of 4 a cap plus 3 j cap into 10 power minus 10 Newton on a particle having a charge of 10 power minus 9 coulomb and going in the xy plane. The velocity of the particle is.
So instead of caps, they give this bar. Means what is the difference between this cap and bars?
Both are same. No need to worry. Actually, vector notation they have. They're supposed to give cap only, by mistake they have. Yeah. Yeah. So what is the question?
So whether this is a product of B cross and B cross B set.
Mm.
So if you consider this components alone, I cap cross J cap, what will be the is it K cap or plus K cap or
That
minus K cap?
order you have to follow the proper order for cross product. For cross product. Cross product. You have to follow the order. If you have ij case, I, J, K, so I cross J will give you K. Like clockwise order. I cross J give you K. J cross K give you I. Got it? And so you can write here. I cross J, I cross J, K plus K. Whereas J cross K will give you I plus, and next this after this what comes again I J K, like this order will go on, right? Then K cross I gives you J plus J, whereas if the order changes then negative sign will. This is I cross J, I J K, I J gives K, J K gives K gives I, K next one is should be I, so K I gives J. If it is I cross K minus J, K cross, similarly here you can write J cross K. Here you can keep a cap for everything, or you can write bar also you can put, no problem, or you can keep cap also, no problem. Okay, so I J cross K order changes means I will get minus K. Sorry, J cross I means minus K will get. Got it? Yes. Okay. Okay. This okay. In the order, if you want to take instead of I cross J, I cross K. If you take I cross K, here that will come. K I order is J, so I cross K means this reverse of this. So I cross K means minus J. So JK gives you this. ij, ik, right? So with the remaining ones are 2 only. Next jk is I. If it is ji means the reverse one. Ji means this one. So whereas kj means here it comes. So that order you have to remember only three permutations and combinations. Right? So you can say so I cross j is k, j cross I is minus k, j cross k is I, whereas k cross j is minus I, k cross I is j, reverse I cross k is minus j. So minus k minus k minus a minus j we get for the reverse orders. This also. Actually, this is a Cartesian coordinate system. X-axis, y-axis, z-axis. The unit vector along x-axis is I, along y-axis is j, along z-axis is k. So I cross j means if you take this cross product by taking the right hand thumb rule, if you curl the fingers from x-axis to y-axis by stretching the thumb will be along positive z-axis. Okay, that will give you the direction. Okay. Hello. One second. One second, sir. Sir, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್లో ఉన్నాను ಸರ್. Right? So ij gives k, jk gives I, right? So jk gives I, whereas jk gives I, ki gives j. Like this clockwise order it goes. For positive, if you reverse the direction, other it is positive x, negative x will come, negative y will come, negative z will be the other side will come. And so yeah, that's it. So based on this, you can understand this question.
Sir, there in the cross product, sir, we can't separate the velocity alone out, sir. V cross B says, sir, V value they gave here, sir, and we have to find V value, sir. So how can we just list about this one,
Question number 25.
They call all the boys outside and stand in a line.
Question is the magnetic field of 4 into 10 to the minus 3 k cap Tesla. That is k cap is important. Magnetic field B vector is equal to how much? 4 into 10 power minus 3 k cap Tesla. Tesla exerts a force of exerts a force of 4i plus 3j
4
whole multiplied by 10 to the power minus 10 Newton on a particle having a charge of Q is equal to 10 power minus 9 coulomb nanocoulomb and going in xy plane. Going in, this is say x, this is y, going in xy plane. Okay, then the velocity of the particle is, then velocity of the particle. The options are given in vector form. So based on the options, you have to simplify. If they are given only magnitude, you have to get the vector. Then you have to find only the magnitude. No, we want in what is that? Components form. How to get that? We know that force on a moving charge is equal to Q into V cross B. V vector cross B vector. Velocity vector is not given. Let us say, but these are given in only two components form. This is ij, this is only k component. So three components let us consider. So f is given only two components, but let us write it as I, j, k components. Fx I plus fi j plus fz k in general have write like that. Okay. So for that purpose, what we have to do here is uh, f vector is 4i plus 3j into 10 to the power minus 10 is equal to q is given 10 power minus 9 into v vector is not given, but we can take it as into ijk components vx I plus vy j plus vz k cap. This vector form cross B vector is given as only k component, 4 into 10 power minus 3, 4 into 10 power, this is cross product, not multiplication, 4 into 10 power minus 3 k cap. So this is the product actually speaking, cross product of this and this. I cross k gives what?
minus
We have already had discussed I cross k minus j. So here we just cancel out this minus 10, minus 9, minus 9, minus 1 remains here, keep it out. Then this will be Vx into 4 or 4Vx into I cross k is minus j. So minus j cap. Then there is only one thing. This is done. Next, you try to multiply, take the cross product of these two. Vy into 4 is 4Vy, j cross k. So it is j cross k plus I. So plus 4 Vy into I cap. Then k cross k.
cross by 0 only.
That also you have to consider here. That means the cross product of parallel vectors. I cross I, j cross, here you can write separately. I cross I, j cross j, k cross k. This is in the form of a cross b. A cross b is nothing but a b sine theta. I will be along x-axis, j will be along y-axis, angle between them is 90. So magnitude of these are unit vectors. 1 into sine 90. Sine 90 is what? 1. So it is equal to I cross O. I cross I, right? Oh, I only, not J. I means I parallel. So sin 0, angle will be 0. Sin 0 is 0, so then that thing will become 0. Similarly, J cross J will be 1 into 1 into sin 0 is 0. K cross K is also 0. So cross product of parallel vectors is 0. Right? This you have to make it 0. Now, K cross K is 0. Simply you can take this as 0. So this is equal to 4 I cap plus 3 j cap into 10 to the power minus 1. Now, I cap components, I cap, this is I cap, right? Components, j cap components you compare and equal. Then you will get I cap component is 4vi. This is component of I plus 4vi. Comparing components. Comparing components will give you 4Vy is equal to I component is what? Only 4. So this implies Vy is equal to 1
10 power minus 1 is
or 10 power minus
considered.
1 is there. So in 4 into 10 to the power minus 1. So it is 1 into 10 to the power minus 1. Right? Then next component is j component minus 4Vx is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 1. So this implies Vy is equal, Vx is equal to 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 into 10 to the power minus 1. Right? So once you know Vx component and Vy component, velocity vector can be expressed as Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. Vx is nothing but minus 3 by 4 into 10 power minus 1 I cap plus Vy is 1 into 10 to the power minus 1 j cap. So 3 by 4 you can write it as point 75. So minus 0.75 into 10 power minus 1. So 0.075. So minus 0.075 I cap is 75 only. 30 by 4. 7 is 28. 25 times, yes. So plus 10.1 j cap. So this is the velocity vector minus. Is there any such option? They have given not given 10 power factors. Then that means we did something wrong here. About 10 factors simplification. 10 power minus.
75 I calculated to multiply.
Oh, here one more thing we have missed here. 10 power minus 3 is there in every term. Hmm? This kind of mistakes you shouldn't do. So here it is 10 power minus 3 is common actually. So this 10 power minus 1, 10 power minus 1 cancel, 10 power minus 2 remains here. So everywhere here 10 power minus 2 will be there. 10 power minus 2 will be here. So here no 10 power. So on simplifying this you can say okay, you can say here again you can have to do properly. Yep. Okay. So then what we will get uh, what you will get 4 Vy into 10 power minus 2 into 10 power minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 is equal to I component is what? 4, 4, that's 4. 4, 4 cancel. This implies Vy is equal to 1 by 10 power minus 2 is equal to 100. Similarly, Vf minus 4 Vx into 10 power minus 2 is equal to 3. This implies Vx is equal to 3 by minus 3 by 4 into 10 to the power minus 2 or 300 by 4. 4 sevens, then for 75 is equal to 75 minus. So we'll get, then here V vector equal to Vxi cap plus Vy j cap, only x and y components are there. So finally you can write this accordingly, right? So what do you get?
minus
So is equal to minus Vx is minus 75 I cap plus 100 j cap. That is the velocity vector, right? Only magnitude is given, so square root of 75 square plus 100 square also you have to get it in the root. This is how you have to work it out. Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
No problem. Which one? 29, no? The W another medium. So it is given that velocity and magnetic field are same, so mass and charge only changes. So you can say R proportional to m by q. Hmm? So R2 you want, R2 by R1 is equal to m2 by m1. Here this will be q2 by q1. M2 is mass of proton by M1 is 4 times mass of proton. Q1 will be 4 times, or helium charge usually if it is a double or whatever it is, if you have to take it as yeah, a small correction here should be it is a charge of helium should be 2 times charge of proton. Here charge of proton is this, correct? So if you take this is 2 times charge of helium is 2 times charge of proton, and charge of proton is Qp. This gets cancelled, this gets cancelled, you get 1 by 2, it is equal to 1 by 2. So R2 is equal to R1 by 2, R1 is R, so R by 2. Radius becomes half of the initial radius. Is it clear? Yes, this is how it happens.
So this 4 and this 2000.
So here it is mentioned that the first particle is helium. W is ionized helium. Helium is nothing but He24. So it is the atomic number. In general representation of any nucleus is XZA. Z is atomic number.
Yes, sir.
Atomic number is number of protons. This gives charge. Number of protons,
Yes, sir.
right? And this gives mass number. Mass number gives mass. So mass of proton, usually this is helium. Proton will have 1 means XZA. Z is equal to 1, mass number is equal to 1. Here Z is equal to 2. It is nothing but charge. Charge is equal to 1 unit, charge equal to 2 units. Mass is equal to 1 unit, mass equal to 4 units. So that's what you have considered. Mass equal to 4 units, mass equal to 1 unit. Charge equal to 2 units, charge equal to 1 unit. We're considering this and simplifying this as it
What was
is.
this double ionized?
Double ionized helium. Ionized means what? Ionization is removal of electron. Positive charge are not changing. If you remove the negative charge, positive charges will remain same only. So positive charge will not change. Right? That's why it's a charge of number of protons. That is number of protons. So Q is positive charge. So it will not change. Okay? Proton and alpha particle enter uniform magnetic field at right angles to the field with same speed. Same speed. Ratio of periods of alpha particle to that of proton. Time period. Time period is what? You know that time period T is equal to time period T is equal to what? 2 pi m by qb root of
Yes,
root,
sir. Yes, sir.
time period. Time period is nothing but distance traveled by velocity. Remember, time is nothing but what? Distance is 2 pi r by velocity is v, but r is mv by qb. So remember 2 pi by v into mv by qb. So here vv cancel. So 2 pi m by qb is time period. Right? So this is time period. So what you can understand here, proton and alpha particles are traveling. 2 pi is a number, right? And enter uniform magnetic field. Magnetic field is constant, so 2 pi and b are constant, and alpha particle and proton means mass and charge will change. So you can say time period is directly proportional to m by q. So first is proton, second is alpha particle. So you can write ratio of time periods of alpha particle to proton, second one to this. So T2 by T1 is equal to mass of alpha particle by mass of proton into the charge of alpha particle by charge of what? Proton. So already we have discussed He24 is alpha particle. Alpha particle is helium nucleus. So you can write mass of alpha particle is 4 times mass of proton. Mass of proton by mass of proton to charge of proton by charge of alpha particle is 2 times charge of proton. So this cancel 2 times is equal to 2. So 2 means 2 by 1 or 2 is to 1. 2 is to 1, fourth option. 17, fourth option. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So go through the remaining questions.
Thank you, sir.